Welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show. This is where we answer all of your questions about puppyhood. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Sparky from the Puppy Academy. We're excited you're here. And now, let's get to the show. Welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show episode
226.
Woo!
He's always saying inappropriate things.
Yeah, but usually it's once the video hasn't started.
No. It's usually like the end of the inappropriate thing is right when she hits live. And then she's like, we're going live. It's like so live. You know, instead of like action. She's like, yeah, we're going live. And so you never
Ricky,
hear
you're
it.
getting a lot of criticism over here.
No, it's just an observation. It's just an observation. It makes it more fun.
Okay. Anyone who's, if we're answering your question and you guys are live, feel free to throw a follow-up. If you're asking questions here and you're still live, give us a follow-up. We like the back and forth. It makes it feel more real, more personal that way.
And this is Willow.
Yeah, it's Willow. She's
getting a facial massage.
Just living her best life right now. Man, I want to be next. All right.
Oh my God. She's so cute. Oh, I love you, Willow.
All the things to ruin your dog. No, she's far through her program. So she's actually at the point to where she can start getting affection because it's a balance. So now, Stop giving love for a second. There's chill. She's chill. She's relaxed. She's not trying to demand affection through licking or nipping or like fussing to get out. We even got a little yawn. So
it's only when we do this to the brand new puppies, just to show you how cute they are, that we ruin them. That's it.
Mm-hmm. But we're trainers, so we fix them after.
We fix them afterwards. I like that.
Sam Delapina, 4.5-month-old Javi, growling at people and dogs on walk.
Oh man, I wish I had a breed. Can you tell? Like,
Havanese. Javi.
Oh, Havanese.
I can't get over.
She's like.
Stop laughing. Stop laughing, both of you.
She's like a cigar or something, just like chilling, drink in her hand. She's on vacation.
Guys, we're in a show right now. We gotta answer questions.
Oh.
I gotta be honest, so they're probably enjoying this more than even us answering questions. You guys are here for the puppies, not for us.
So your Havanese barks at people, yeah? So what's your point? I mean, yeah.
Is it aggression? Is it upset? Is it reactivity?
That's not what I meant.
No. I know what you meant. Well, there's a lot. What I'm saying is there's a lot of different reasons dogs do it.
Oh, I know why the Havanese is doing it.
Yeah, it's good. Pushing, demanding.
Yeah, they're so demanding. They think that they are guard dogs because there is some breeding for them to be quite tenacious. Now, if you've seen some insecurity as a pup, I know she is a pup, but if you've seen kind of just some levels of insecurity with the dog, what happens is those natural instincts that come with a Havanese, they can turn into aggression.
They usually start as reactivity first, kind of what you're seeing with the barking and the growling. My recommendation is, obviously you're looking for advice, is do not ever let them get up to the person they're barking and growling at. What I have seen is a lot of dogs will do that as a form of demanding attention. But what happens is we realize that they never bite people or dogs when they get up to them. So we think it's like their way of like greeting people. It's not. It's a form of demanding. And if you allow them to start greeting the people and dogs that way, what usually happens is for another dog, if they're doing that behavior, they might be the one who gets attacked by the other dog. And a lot of times it starts a really deep fear stage that turns into aggressive reactivity.
Then it snowballs. Yeah. Absolutely.
It happens quick too, like slippery slope fallacy.
I would really like to think that at 4.5 months old, it's not fear reactivity. I hope that it's not, but
it'd be better if it wasn't.
It would be better if it wasn't. If you have seen some fear from this puppy in other ways, like if a person does actually come up and pet the puppy, they're like, whoa, and it takes them a little time to warm up, that is your red flag. And so I'm going to give you some advice. I'm sure he will too, but on the back end, you need to deep dive into how to build confidence with your puppy, because that's separate from the triggers. is what I'm trying to say. But I would just say 4.5-month-old, I would become a training machine. And what I mean by that is we don't want to distract your dog, but we want to teach her how to work when she's under stress, how to be able to redirect her thoughts to something else, to be able to problem solve something else. So that could be targeting, like jumping up on a step, sit down, come, the redirection, let's go turns, inside turns, outside turns, give paw, but please don't teach tricks before your foundational obedience.
Otherwise, sit means give paw now.
Yeah. But you seriously want to really drill these these just obedience
procedures
drills.
Almost.
Yeah, it's like sit down, stay calm. And it starts with sit, break, sit, break, sit, break. So let's say in the house, my dog is working for all their meals for food for 2 weeks. Hardcore. Every meal we're working for recall and place, sit down, come, and let's go work in the house. Those are my 3 things that we're doing 3 times a day for their food. Now I'm going to go out into the world. And before she reacts, she just sees a person coming out of their house. I'm going to backtrack a little bit on what I am asking. It's not going to be quite so elaborate as in the house because that's when it's easy. I'm just going to go sit, come, sit, food. Sit, come, sit, food. Sit, come, sit, food. I'm going to do it like 10 times. And if my dog, this is an instance where I want to work the dog under threshold. Now, we are not trainers that only work dogs under threshold. Let me be very clear. I think that's unrealistic and crazy talk. But when you're dealing with puppies and you're dealing with their confidence, you do want to work them under threshold as much as possible. And what that means is if she's already barking her head off, you just take the leash, take control. She's small. Take control, go, let's go, and kind of just move it and get some distance until you can get her focus again. That's where I would start.
You can't even start the training until the barking and the staring and the growling stops. So that's where you have to work them below threshold. You have to get them far enough away from the situation. Only thing I would add is if you're really, really struggling with your timing. Timing is probably the hardest part of dog training, which means that you're not seeing when the barking growling starts because it doesn't start with barking and growling. It starts with a
hyperfocus,
stare,
stillness,
ears up and forward. Even though you don't really have big ears, the ears will still tilt forward, almost like they're like little bells on the side, but they look more on the front.
Yep.
That's when I'm like, oh, that's my moment. That's my time to move away. If I'm struggling with timing, practice it in your backyard, living room, hallway. I wouldn't even do front yard. I'd do like driveway. And then eventually sidewalk in front of your house with your gate or your walkway open. Yeah. So when you're walking, you don't have many exits in front of your house except to walk back to your house. So I see that and I can move in. Plus, it's a lot easier to redirect away if they're already doing the barking fit if you're close to home.
Now, if I'm you, I'm doing that for 2 to 4 weeks.
Kicking me.
And then I'm going to start addressing the barking. I've got no problems with that, but I would you work on a foundation
I'd
first.
recommend getting a dog trainer, though.
Yeah,
I think a local dog trainer in your area, because it's a small dog, you got to be cautious. You got to make sure you're using the right tool on the dog. Like, there are definitely things that can hurt that
Using the right tool properly on the dog. We're not using gentle leaders where the little dog who's developing is going to run and be whipped around the leash on a gentle leader. You know, same with, sometimes easy walks can be fine for dogs that don't dig into it. But if you have a larger dog, and Havaneses can be on the bigger side sometimes, not big, but like big for small dogs. So if she's driving forward and you've got an easy walk on her, which like clips on the front, and she's just hard shoulder twists. No, not
she's throwing her shoulder across
not the right tool.
Damaging the cartilage.
Yeah, not the right tool. So anyway, I agree with him. This is definitely a situation where you're going to want to get some one-on-one
It just
help.
makes your job easier to pick apart your timing better and kind of see what moments you need to work in.
We could just clone this dog. Good gosh, I don't know if we've ever had a dog like this.
Willow's good, but this is like another level. I don't think we had this Willow 2 weeks ago. I think this is like Willow 2.0.
I kind of feel like she was like this.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. This is Willow 2.0.
I mean, this is crazy.
This is 2 weeks of program.
This is everybody's
dream. The dream doodle. This is really the dream doodle.
Is she a real dog? Does she do doggy things when she's outside?
I don't know. Her mom's pretty into Instagram. She might be on right now.
Huh.
Kathy's got a good question on Instagram.
Okay.
Speaking of good dogs.
I saw it. Okay. Oh, we got lots of questions.
What breeds do you recommend for single senior? I already know what breed I'm going to recommend. What's yours?
I would adopt a dog that is unless you have experience raising puppies and you are like excited to do that, I would definitely get a dog that's 2 or 3, or honestly between the 2 and 4 range.
2 and 4, yeah.
I would go to a rescue and adopt a dog that's between the 2 and 4 range. That would be my biggest suggestion. Again, unless you've raised a ton of puppies and you like a ton of different personalities of puppies and you're ready to dig into that. As far as breed or breed mix though,
Cavalier King Charles. That's always my go-to. A 3 to 4 year old Cavalier King Charles. The crazy puppy energy like dies away at 2 years old. And usually you have more of like the adult dog personality.
They're
They've
rough
had
as
previous
puppies.
training.
They're rough as puppies.
That's
sometimes.
why I said 3 to 4.
Yeah, they're rough. As
1 to
puppies.
2 is a little rough for a young puppy. We have a couple of them, and they're amazing dogs for a couple with a kid or 2.
Yeah.
Because they have higher energy as a puppy.
I would also say a pug. I would also say
Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also say a pug. It is kind of the same thing though. They can be real weird and nutty.
They tend to be more stubborn too, though.
Under a year and a half. Yeah, but they grow into like great little lazy adult dogs that
they do.
You know, that yeah. And I honestly would also say Chihuahua. Now, if you have a lot of grandkids, I would get some one-on-one training right away with the grandkids there to shape the Chihuahua and how to be around the kids. If you go through a rescue, you could actually take some of your grandkids with you and like hang out in the yard with some of their Chihuahua Terrier mixes and like find a good, you know, middle ground with like a 2 to 4 year old. That again would be my suggestion. I'm trying to think of like
Chihuahuas can easily become one-person dogs where they stick to one person so much they start snapping at the others that come near, especially young children. That's why she's mentioning all that.
Yeah. The reason I wouldn't suggest like another type of like poodle mix or a Maltese or what was the other one in my head? But you've got to also think of grooming needs. And so those dogs have really high grooming needs. Poodles, poodle mixes, and Malteses. So there's also that as well.
I've had a lot of elderly clients really do well with mini poodles. The problem, or excuse me, not mini, toy poodles. The problem is that they have some genetic issues. You got to make sure you find the right breeder. There are a lot of bad breeders for toy poodles.
Yeah.
They need to have a really, really, really strong genetic line to not have issues later on in their life.
Can we go ahead and, even though Willow's amazing, can we go ahead and put her up so I can,
Yes, she does.
so I can dig into these questions? Let's try to do more of a rapid fire and get through some of these questions.
Rapid fire.
Yes.
I thought that was rapid fire.
Well, rapid fire.
17-week Cava-malt, biting constantly even when well rested.
We have to prioritize them, remember?
I've already asked the question now, though.
No.
She already heard her question.
No.
17-year-old Cava-malt biting constantly. You got to get a leash on that dog. And it's no longer about whether the dog's well rested or not. You probably have a slightly pushier puppy. What a leash does is it allows you to do a little pressure on and create space away from your body and do a 3-strike roll. When I have jumping, I have nipping, a lot of biting. It's a firm no. Leash pressure up and away, not to lift the dog off the ground. It should actually have all 4 paws on the ground, but it does lift the head above the shoulder ever so slightly to create a boundary between you. When the dog settles and relaxes, relax the pressure. If they hold for a second, pull out some food. Biting means that they need more training or more exercise. That's the root of the problem. The 3-strike rule helps you stop the biting, but then you need to do some training to work the residual energy down. When the dog starts settling after training, that's when you're ready for your existence part of your schedule, which is like being on the dog bed, having the leash on while they lay by your feet. That's when you can move to the calmer stuff. But you need a bit more work and play with your dog, I think.
And your dog is also a little young. Like for some of the stuff he's even saying.
Yeah, 4 months old.
He's saying like to work towards that. Your dog's a little young to have those expectations. You're still in the mode of working through it.
Yeah, your puppy's also still teething.
Yeah. So I've got
washcloth, soak it with water, tie it in a knot. Don't wring it out and put in a piece of Tupperware. Throw that in your freezer. Really, really, really good for numbing the gums while they're teething. You'll see like 6 teeth come out in it. That's my tip. That's it. Move on.
Jus Mama.
Jus Mama.
How do I get my Old English Sheepdog who is 16 months old? So we're not dealing with a puppy. We're dealing with a full-blown adolescent, almost adult dog. So Old English Sheepdog to stop biting me while I'm brushing him. He's nervous of men. He pulls really hard on the leash. Techniques that we do with our trainer, they work for the first couple of walks, and then it's like he catches on and figures out a way to work around it and starts, misbehaving again. He'll sit, refuse to move. He'll refuse to eat any treat while on a walk. It can be filet mignon. He won't take it. Well, he's 16 months old, you know? So if I've got what it sounds like a little bit of a stubborn issue and a little bit of a relationship issue in the house. And what I mean by that is how he views you, how he views his role in the family. So if I'm a trainer, I'm going, well, how do you let him out of crate? Does he just blow right out of crate?
Are you using crate?
Are you using crate? How does he, like the threshold would be one of the most important things we work on. Blocking, move back and out of my way. I open my hips up. He charges the door that's closed, expecting the walk. I move in. I make him get back physically, and the leash is just his backup. So we're starting to develop a relationship of being softer and more sensitive to spatial awareness.
And remember, your dogs don't communicate through words. They don't talk to you.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
don't
understand
say
your
anything.
language. Their body language is their first language, which is why Bethany's saying move in. That's what creates follower mode.
And then I would teach place with food, you know, with a 16-month-old. I got no problems with that. It could be 5 years old. I'll teach obedience with food. But as soon as the dog gets into, before they reject food, as soon as they get into, oh, I'm going to try to find a way to make this entertaining for me, food is gone. I am now leash, body language. I am now the dog whisperer. And so I'm just tweaking, you know, my approach that way. But you want to practice it when he's still in a good mood. And so for place, I would teach it with food, and then I would back up to the end of the leash. Say he does a great stay, I'll squat down, he gets up, I move in, make him reset himself with body language. So I'm constantly doing things to make him more sensitive to spatial pressure. He gets frustrated, goes to bite the leash, fine, I just hold it up in the air. I don't hold the dog up in the air, I hold the leash up in the air to a point where he prioritizes, like, oh, get the leash pressure off. Like, I'm good. Like, I won't bite it anymore. I'm good. And then I'm going to take a breath, and I'll pull out my food again. But here's the thing. Outside is like a whole different ball game. I want to really work inside with my dog, because everybody always says, well, I don't really have these issues inside. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see what you're doing. Well, they're just like luring with food still with a 16-month-old.
Show me your walk inside.
With no leash on the dog. And I'm like, no, we practice all these things inside the house first, in the backyard, in the front yard, in the driveway, before trying to go for a walk. So what I would do is I wouldn't go for a walk in your neighborhood, and I would really focus on better foundational work inside the house, thresholds, waiting for food, patterning, exercises, all those things. And if I feel like my dog's getting kind of pent up, you know, even though I am giving them the same amount of work inside, I'm going to go to my car and drive to the park. And I'm going to let them pull and just redirect with come. So it wouldn't be about a loose leash walk at this point, or let's go work. It would just be, they're about to hit the end of the leash. Come, sit, food, break, out. Come, sit, food. I would just work off distractions.
You're
Just
creating
like
new
crazy.
habits. And eventually those habits get transferred to your actual work environment where you're walking, where you're training.
Yeah, because your neighborhood has like a bit of a energy around it, and so we just want to ignore it for a little while.
Association too.
That's what I mean.
Dog's been out
Yeah.
there enough time, there's association. The
Yeah.
minute they go out, like ears are up, body's like alert.
Yeah. But a 16-month-old, I would find a way to also say no. And so I don't know what that is, you know, with you and what your barometer for doing that is, as well as your dog. I'd have to get to know you a little bit more to be able to give you advice on how to apply that no. But there needs to be some sort of
YouTube,
no.
how to create a valuable no. We won't say it on the show, but you'll find a lot of different options.
Now I got to YouTube that. I don't think I've YouTubed it.
You do how to teach a valuable no? Oh yeah.
No, I'm saying I haven't YouTubed that. So.
You'll find positive reinforcement only. You'll find balance. You'll find dominance. That's why she said what your barometer is if you're going to do a body block and a bump with your knee, if you're going to do a tug on a leash, if you're going to just apply a small pressure and wait for calm. Like what your barometer is, you'll find some options.
Yeah, all different levels. Yeah. No. I'm sorry.
Questions.
I'm sorry that you don't have TikTok up, but that's not my fault.
I see what you did there.
Yep. All right. A slip collar on an 80-pound dog or a harness. I probably wouldn't use.
I wouldn't use
either of those. Nope. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Char 1755. How to get 4-month-old puppies? Why is puppies plural, Char? To stop barking at certain toys. I think I need a little more information. Are they barking at their own toys?
Are they barking at a toy that the other dog has? Are they litter mates in the same household? Like, we need to know all this all good stuff. We need to know.
Okay. JMD 1670 says, best tips for having it's a 2-year-old to stay in her place. Well, 2-year-old's not really a puppy anymore. So, but I'm going to answer it like I would any adolescent. It's just the older they get, you can be a little bit firmer with them and it resonates a little bit more with them because it just does. Because a puppy will just bounce back 2 seconds later. That's why we're not trying to correct puppies. But if you feel like you've taught place fairly, my question would be, can you back up, squat on the ground, looking at your dog? And if they get up and you get up and take a step, do they reset themselves before you even get to them? And if that's not happening, then that's where you would need to start, which is just our foundational approach with any puppy. We're just using way, way more food with a really young one. And, I would do that moving, and even if you have to make contact with your dog, we're not talking about kneeing them. I mean, I'm literally it's just
walking
pressure.
into them. You're just moving towards them.
Thank you. And just to reset them, and the leash is there, as backup.
That leash is important because if I move into a pup and they're like, oh, forget this guy, they can shoot around the other side of me. The leash helps you counter some of that, and you can move side to side to block them as well. You're looking for that moment where they kind of back off and sit. You see them take a breath or at least start taking a few breaths, then you're ready to move back. And if you don't get that breath, you can move back, but you're going to have to body block again, probably.
G-Mama says, what would you use then? I would have to have a session with you. Yeah. I would have to see how the dog is. I would have to see what you've done with them previously. There are certain training tools that can aggravate his issues. There are some that can de-escalate them. Sometimes you put a gentle leader on a dog that's already biting the leash and they will flip out.
I've seen some crazy stuff on a positive reinforcement gentle leader.
So anytime you're going, a training tool route, because you have a more powerful dog or an older dog, you've got two options. You become a YouTube expert on tools and tons of hours. I don't mean a few minutes of a few videos. I mean hours of
you go down the rabbit hole,
figuring that out and watching how-to videos, or you hire someone that's just gonna,
we both walk to every lesson we go to. For our first lesson with 6 different things in our car that we're willing to try out.
Yeah.
So we can't give you advice until we meet your dog.
Yeah. She says it makes sense. I wish you lived closer. I'm sorry.
You can find a lot of really great dog trainers. If you like our style, look up a balanced dog trainer in your area.
Yeah.
And then watch their YouTube videos. They got to have some content if you're going to trust them with your dog.
Yeah. If I'm going to answer, Char's 4-month-old puppies stop barking at certain toys, I'm going to, even if this doesn't have anything to do with her, a lot of people have dogs in their home, puppies in their home. Dogs, sometimes it's not a big deal, but puppies in their home with toys everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
no more than 2 in controlled. Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I would put no more than 2 toys in a controlled playpen, like a controlled environment or a pinned off room that you're in control of.
Yeah.
Because the minute puppies have 6 toys, I go into people's houses, and as I'm explaining this, when I see the toys, I'm like, how many toys has your puppy picked up since I've been here? They're like, I don't know. And I'm like, 12. I watch them. 1, 2. And I'm like, you see them? They're all at my feet. That's your dog's overstimulation kicking in. 2 toys. And I rotate them. Every week, they get 2 new toys that are literally the ones she had a month ago. I just rotate my toys that way.
Yeah. Imagine petting your puppy and then expecting them to be calm and behaved afterwards. So
they do expect that.
You put them down on the ground after you've stimulated them with petting, and then they're like, well, I don't know what to do. Oh, a toy. And then they go, and then they learn that if they kick around a ball, they can chase the ball. And so you're never helping your puppy learn how to be bored or relax, because anytime they do drift off while you've been working on playstation, and then they open their eyes and they see one of their toys under the couch. You know what I mean? And so then they're up again, and then they're chewing on the cot, and you're like, oh, why do you chew so much?
The reason we're so anal about the schedule is because it tackles all your bullet points, all your check boxes. And then when you've done your work, your play, your walk, whatever you're doing, they actually are supposed to be tired enough to lay down and stop moving. But we just don't get that because they're puppies and they always have something to do. We teach place. We teach that existence at the end of our free time in order for dogs to learn how to settle, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour.
So I'm working with a 7-month-old Dobie right now. And
Yeah.
He's so good outside. It's like the polar opposite of what we usually get. Terror in the house. And they have grandkids. They're younger
Probably
grandparents. They can physically handle him, but they've got grandkids, and so there's stuff everywhere. And they haven't even put up, there's like nothing even on their Christmas tree because they're afraid he's going to eat it.
Rightfully
And
so.
so I'm working with them, totally throwing them under the bus, but I think everybody can really learn from this and they wouldn't mind. I'm working with him and on the in the house stuff. And every time we address, because I have a little girl too, so every time we address him getting into some of my stuff, because we did a lesson in my home first, he immediately turns and goes to the guy, and the guy pets him. It happened 3 times in a row, and then I was like, he can never relax. He gets his no, knock it off, and he's so good. He's like a great Dobie. He'll drop it, and then he excitedly not just walks over, but they've created this habit.
It's like the
Same thing happens
the
with
positive
toys.
punishment. You're making the dog happier when telling them no.
Yep.
So it's the complete opposite category.
Creating a loop.
Yeah.
And so he
It's like a
associates,
vicious cycle.
he actually associates more and more energy. And what do you think he does by the 4th or 5th no? He starts doing zoomies and jumping up on them.
I thought you were going to say nipping them,
Yep.
nipping elbows and
No,
stuff.
it's the jumping, the scratching, and the zoomies. And so the same thing can happen with toys when you've got toys laying around and you're like, oh, no, knock it off, go lay down, relax. So we've done everything we're supposed to do. You know that we are part of the Puppy Academy online school, and we've done everything we're supposed to do. Why aren't you calming down? And then we find out they've got toys surrounding them, or they got their big bin of toys right 3 feet from their place cot, and so it just keeps them overstimulated. To be honest, if I'm doing downtime with my puppy, that I'm gonna organize that when there's downtime for my kids. Like, okay, kids, we're gonna go draw, we're gonna go work on homework, we're gonna turn the lights down, it's an hour before bed, and we're gonna relax. Like all those things that you do for kids, you sync them up when you want to work with your puppy in downtime. If you can't do that, totally get it. Put them in crate. You gotta put them in crate. You can't expose them to toys being around, constant petting stimulation, kids and people running around before they're ready, because you're just overstimulating your puppies and you're making them nutcases.
That was a good one to end with. Yeah. That was a strong point. Yeah.
Do we have any one TikTok question?
Do we have any fun, easy questions?
In, like a quick one? Because I thought we had more than we did.
We had some before.
I thought we did, yeah. Sorry.
One?
Sure. Yorkie marking suddenly.
8-year-old male Yorkie marking suddenly
8-year-old.
everywhere. Also, an 11-month-old male Rot. Any help?
That's interesting. A Yorkie and a Rot. I don't know what you want help with a Yorkie on. The Rottie on, but the adult Yorkie that's starting to mark.
Because of the Rottie.
You got to re-potty train just like you would a puppy. And
Leash on.
Crate rotation or playpen rotation, or the leash is tethered to you all the time to prevent it. And then if you catch it, you need to do something to snap him out of it in the moment. Do not punish him physically, and do not grab his face and put in the pee.
Unless you want to find it in your shoes next time.
Yeah.
Because they hide it.
Because then they'll just get anxious and not know what to do. And then they'll just go and do it to other things, and it'll make you more mad. The people who are still doing that, that's my technique for the humans when their dog does that. Because
I have a client whose husband did it, and the dog crapped in his snakeskin boots that he hadn't touched in 10 years because they were so nice. The dog went and found the least smelling item like the husband, pooped in it. Yeah.
Yep. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I actually have someone that I know that I love dearly who is older. It's definitely an old school thing.
Old school mentality,
and I was talking to him about this, and he genuinely was like, but that's how you get him to stop, right? He genuinely thought that that's what you do.
That's what he was taught.
Because that's what he was taught. But it's now we have the internet, and we have so many more ways that are much more efficient working with that.
We have a lot of resources you could check out.
Yes, exactly. Like puppyacademy.com.
Ricky's standing up. That means end it.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, I thought it was 25.
Oh, we're
My
10
eyes are
over.
getting bad. Okay.
We started 5 minutes late, though, so we're on time.
True.
Now let's talk for one more minute.
One more
then,
minute.
So we're
Well, that would be really
technically on
easy. We don't even have to have anything to talk about. And we can
That's true. We could probably just talk about nothing. Actually, truly have it be a minute. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys next week.
Next week, same time, same place. Bye.
Thanks for tuning into Ask a Puppy Trainer Show.
We hope you found some advice that you can use to help make puppyhood a little easier.
Don't forget to join us live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram or TikTok at
the Puppy Academy.
This is where you can get a chance to ask your burning questions in real time. And if you want even more puppy guidance, visit our website at thepuppyacademy.com for info on joining our online puppy school.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review.
These reviews let more people find us and supports us on our mission to help as many puppy parents as possible around the globe.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.